Hello, guys. I'm not going to be here for a long time. I want to say this. Um, do not get Mario RPG. Do not get Mario RPG, or don't even get any. Don't get any games that come out in the past and they want you to pay $60 or $80 for it, or $90. If it's a game that came out in the '90s and if it came out in the Super Nintendo, NES, Wii and all that stuff, PlayStation 2, 1, 3, and right now 4. If they're making you pay the price tags for these games to literally brand new for $60 and they didn't put anything else on it, and these games should have been like at least $25 or $30 at the most, then you guys are wasting your own fucking goddamn money. Don't get Mario RPG. Wait until that shit drops until fucking $30 or $25. Is there anything in that game that is new that you will actually want to buy for it? I am dead serious. For the people that buy the Mario RPG, the remake of it, was there any bonuses that they put in? Anything new? A new dungeon or some shit like that? A new party member to include in, like, for example, maybe a Luigi. Maybe you would have got a type of Yoshi or something like that. For example, just something, fucking something to to something to just have something that would legitimize that price tag. Because if there isn't, there's no reason why you should pay fucking $60 for a game that came out in 1990, in the 90s, 1990s. All right. So don't pay $60 for games like this. I am dead serious. You can literally, if you have an emulator right now, you can play Super Mario RPG, the original. All right. So all of this shit that you guys are doing, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. This is why gaming is the way it is. Because you guys are paying for products that should not be 60 or 70 or $80. All right? But you think Mario RPG deserves that fucking $60 mainly because Square Enix and Nintendo, they came back together and they didn't change anything. They didn't Nintendofy it. You guys need to grow the fuck up, man. Fucking for real. You're gonna give Square Enix and Nintendo that price tag. You're gonna give them $60 or $80 or $70 or $75 because of tax and shit. You're gonna give them that amount of money, and they didn't do nothing with it. Nah, the thing is, I could be wrong. Maybe they put all the bells and whistles, and it's worth $60. But nah, it still ain't worth $60. For crying out loud, when they remastered Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation 3, that shit was like at least $40 when it first came out. And that was not a bad price. That was a reasonable price. Because you got multiple games and there were final mixes. You know? So people need to pay attention to this shit. And the fact that you guys don't just shows that why gaming is the way it is. Alright? And don't think that these video game developers, well, companies, are going to stop trying to push this shit. We need to stop buying that shit and start telling people to stop buying that shit. If it came out, if it's not new, and if it's old as shit, if it came out in the 90s, 80s, early 2000s, 2010s, then guess what? It should not be 60 fucking goddamn dollars. Okay? Seriously. They don't want you to play these old games in an emulator, but yet, if you do want to play these games, they want you to pay a fucking goddamn streaming service for, and it's not even fucking goddamn free, but they want you to pay a fucking streaming service for like $20 or more. Instead of like probably being $10 or $5. But no, it's going to be like this too. Oh, you want more to go with it? Well, you're going to have to pay $20, $80, $90, $100. If you want a year plan, $100. Especially if it comes with the streaming for the Super Nintendo, the Game Boys, the Segas, and the N64s. Come on, guys. You guys know what Nintendo's doing here, and none of you guys don't want to say anything. So this is why I don't subscribe to myself to any other fan base and shit like that, because I stay away from that shit, because it just makes you look bad, especially if you go to these type of fan bases and all of a sudden it's like, oh, if they act like this, you probably like this. Or that's the thing, you gotta keep away from people like that. You gotta associate yourself with people like that, but also disassociate yourself with the fucking fan communities. You know how many fan communities I dropped off? Godzilla, Halloween, and I love Halloween and Godzilla. But don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna go to a fan page and talk about Halloween and Godzilla because there's some people out here that are fucking goddamn idiots and fucking stupid motherfuckers. They're fucking goddamn immature. They don't want to fucking hear your opinion and shit like that. You know? And then when you talk about shit like this, about a video game that's old as shit, that shouldn't be $60, they get pussy whooped. They get pissed off. Oh, but people have been begging for this for years. For years! For years! Yeah, and yet we don't have what was that? F-Zero. People talking about. We don't have other Metroid games. We don't have other games that people have been talking about. Where's Donkey Kong? Where the fuck is Donkey Kong? We keep getting the same shit by Nintendo. Mario, freaking and Legend of Zelda. That's all I see Nintendo pushing here, man. Push something else. Make a new fucking Nintendo icon. Look at the look at the Splatoon stuff. I don't know why you didn't look at the Splatoon stuff and you were like, hey, let's make new Nintendo characters. And have these new characters stay, they can still be in the limelight, but show them off. I mean, have them eventually go back a little bit and have new characters basically shine. And have fucking Dom and have Mario and Luigi and Peach and all these fucking Nintendo characters be dormant, including Link, and push the other Nintendo characters that you haven't pushed. Nabbit should have his own fucking video game. Donkey Kong is doing great, but you're barely pushing Donkey Kong. I don't know why, you racist fucks. Seriously. The reason I say that is because we all know how Donkey Kong 64 is. Seriously. Seriously. And we all know how the other Donkey Kong games are before Donkey Kong 64 also. So, yeah. So anyways, that's all I need to say about this stuff, to be quite honest with you. There was no reason for you guys to pay $60 for a price tag for a game that literally came out a long fucking time ago, man. Really, a fucking long time ago. For example, here's a good example. They release The Last of Us on PlayStation 5, I believe, right? How much is that? Is that $40 or $35 or $25? If it's not any of those prices, that is a problem. It shouldn't even be $40 at this point. The Last of Us, the very first Last of Us game, should not be fucking $60 or $70 or $80 or even $40. It should literally be $15 or $25 at this point. Alright? So if you're paying more than what you're getting, if you don't have that PlayStation Plus thing and you're paying for that, then you are a fool. You are a fool. I'm not saying get the PlayStation Plus to get that. If you want to, you want to. Just to be like, alright, I'm not going to pay for that shit because it's pointless. Because it is. It is. There's no reason for you to pay a $60 or something game, or $60 or $50 game that's not fucking worth it, Final Fantasy VII Remake, or that's been around for a long fucking goddamn time that you could just play right now, Super Mario RPG. So all of this bullshit is going to stop. Because people like me are fucking tired of it and can see through the bullshit. Alright? This is why YouTube doesn't like people like me, because they want us to conform to their fucking bullshit of all these fucking companies that they're doing. Go fuck yourself. I'm not fucking doing that shit. I respect myself. Do you respect you? Are you going to see a fucking game that came out in the 90s or fucking 80s and you're going to pay $80 for it? You have no respect for yourself. No fucking respect for yourself. At all. Whatsoever. Seriously. No fucking respect for yourself. And no fucking morals. At all. Just so fucking disgusting, man. fucking disgusting.